What was that? What was that? Absolutely disgusting performance. Crystal Palace 4, Aston Villa 1. I cannot believe what I have just watched. I cannot understand. From the minute that team sheet dropped, I think it has just been an absolute disaster from that moment. And Unai Emery has got that absolutely disastrously wrong. I just cannot believe what I've watched, guys. Guys, help me out. Subscribe if you know. Smash the likes. So at least help me out. Comment your thoughts. Just tepid. No quality. No quality is the big thing. Absolutely no quality whatsoever. And that team selection set us up to fail. Why on earth would you go toe to toe with a team that play five at the back, that are good at playing five at the back? That's their tried and trusted formation, with Munoz, with Mitchell, with Eze and Sarr in the pocket, with Mateta dropping deep, with Wharton picking up the ball, hitting it on transition. Why on earth would we go toe to toe with that? I have no idea whatsoever. And Emery has been put into a cul-de-sac, and he's made the wrong decision because he's never won at Selhurst Park. He's scarred from what happened last season. He's scarred from what happened in the Carabao. And he's also scarred with what happened at Villa Park this season, in the fact that what Crystal Palace can do to his team. So to navigate what they've done, he's gone and matched their formation. And it just didn't work. It was never going to work. And it was never going to work because we've got no width in the team. There's not enough width in the team, but there's not enough quality out there. And that is the big factor. And I wrote this, and I'll show you that I wrote this at the start of the game at the top. This is what I wrote before the game started. Tactical changes from Emery. It's fine, but it has to work. Nullifying Palace plus firepower on the bench. Emery's learnt from past encounters. Finished with Marlon Rashford Asensio. Seriously, has to work with this selection. And it didn't. And it failed miserably. Again, why have we got two players on the bench that are banging form, that are super creative, super expressive, sat on the bench in Asensio and Rashford? I don't care about the FA Cup right now. The FA Cup is on Friday. We worry about the FA Cup on Friday as we approach that game. Full focus should have been on attacking this game with our game plan, how expressive we can be, maybe make a little tactical tweak, but don't match Crystal Palace's formation. Come on. That's pathetic. There might be bottom half, but they work with that system. It's effective. They're good at what they do. They've got creative players. They are in form. Their away form has been really good. That can hurt us. But why have we deviated from what we do and what we've been doing well? Yes, we got a point against Ipswich. We got a point against Liverpool. Brilliant. We backed it up with a good performance against Chelsea, where we were attacking. We imposed it. We grew into the game. We were creating chances at will towards the end of the game. Why have we changed formation? Am I going mad here, guys? Or I just don't understand. I don't understand why we're playing players out of form. Why are we doing that? Asensio scored 2 goals in his last game. Rashford got 2 assists in his last game. Surely they can play 60 minutes. Start them. Take them off. Guys, before we get into like what's gone in the game, we've got to take a look at this, because the reason why I'm saying that there's no width and creativity is because you're asking Digne to be up and down. You know, Digne's good in the system when he's in and around this area, but he can never get to a byline. He never gets to a byline, can't take players on. So he's not a wing back. Garcia, I feel like he kind of can be a wing back, but he's still adjusting to life at Villa. And we're now saying go and be an attacking progressive wing back when you've not really started many games for Villa. So when you're looking at the formation and you're looking at how narrow Bogard, Conte and Disasi are, then you're looking at how narrow McGinn and Tielemans are, then you're looking at how narrow Ramsey is, and Rodgers is narrow, and Watkins leads the line inside the width for the 18-yard box. We were just always going to struggle because I don't look at that team and I don't look at it and go, wow, there's a real creative spark there. Rodgers, yes, but everywhere else, no. So I'm really disappointed, and there's a lot going on in this game. We've had the offside goal, which was like millimeters, but what's the point in talking about that? Because we should have been 3 or 4 down at halftime anyway. And then when you're thinking, okay, we get back into the game at 1-1, and you're thinking, right, guys, grow now. Step up and grow and believe and push on. We wilted. We absolutely wilted. So whether that offside goal would have stood or not, it would have made no difference, guys. No difference whatsoever. Because if we have a look at the stats of this game and we have a look at the underlying numbers, which is absolutely staggering within itself, they've had 19 shots and we've had 6. They've had 6 big chances. We've had 2. We've got an XG of 0.33. They've got an XG of 3.82. So whatever way you look at this, we've been absolutely royally battered. And it's not acceptable. It's really not acceptable, guys. It's simply not good enough for a team that should have been going into this thinking, get back up, get your season. You're right back in the mix. And we've absolutely put that performance in there. We've absolutely stunk the place out. Can any player come off that pitch with the head held high? Tielemans, maybe. But just an absolute disaster all over. We actually started the game decent. We're controlling it. But again, this is what I can't get my head around. We were controlling the game. You can see that early on, we were controlling the game, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. We started okay, but we hardly created anything. And look what happened. The minute Palace got any ounce of incentive to go forward, goal. You know, their first goal, a lot going in that. Was someone offside? We'd got the flash ball that went across the box to start with Eze. Didn't stop the cross. Good ball. Eze can do that to anyone. A glancing header that went back out and then recycled possession. We didn't get out to stop the cross. Again, the deep line cross. And it's sort of like a free header, glancer. Martinez pushes it into Sarr and it's 1-0. And you're thinking, this game plan here, it's a disaster because what you want from that game plan and what I thought was exactly what I said on these notes at the start, that you would start well, grow into the game and bring the subs on to end it and finish the game. But we couldn't even get to that game state. And yes, we scored the goal that's marginally offside. And I mean, look at it. It's so tight. It's how do we know that this is on or off? But at the end of the day, it makes no difference because we wouldn't have done anything in this game. And once they scored, they started to open us up on transition. The space was so slow to react. But I kind of feel a bit like, what do we expect from this team today? Because if they've never played really this system, and they've tweaked it at times when Conte used to go at right back at times. So we've kind of semi played it at times, but it just never felt right to me. It just never, none of it felt right. And I've just got to be honest, guys. Like, some of you may feel I'm being really negative, but I just really don't understand what I've just watched. Really, my mind is a bit boggled by it. To be fair, we then take off Garcia and bring on Bailey. We bring on Bailey at wing back. Make it make sense. When has Bailey ever gone at wing back? Bailey has the best role within this Villa team, because Bailey's normal role within this team is the most luxurious position that he ever has to play, because he stays high and wide. All he has to do is stay here. Why are we asking him to do this? Up and down, track runners. It's just an absolute recipe for disaster. Why didn't, when he took Garcia off, did he not go back to our normal formation? And we go back to our normal formation, and then we put Rashford on the left, Asensio on the right, Marlon. I mean, what's Marlon got to do? What, guys? What is the point of Marlon? What is the point of him? If I was Marlon, I would be absolutely pissed off, because he don't play. He doesn't play. And the other aspect of this is, because the game after the next one, he can't play anyway. So play him today, play him on Friday. But Marlon, no, Marlon don't play. Guys, I have no idea why we went with this formation today. If anyone in the comments can tell me why we went with this formation and tell me what the benefit was, then fair play to you. But I don't think I will ever be able to understand why on earth we did this today. Bogard, okay, but runners running off him. Tielemans, okay. McGinn, okay. Like, they're all okay. Like, McGinn, he's trying, he's hustling, he's bustling, and Ramsey, where's the quality, guys? Drives forward every now and again, but apart from that, what does he offer? We've got a lot of players that played today that are just very passive with the way that they do things. Very relaxed. I don't see much emotion. I don't see much, like, desire oozing from them. Rodgers, I mean, why is he playing? What? Why is Rodgers playing? He's got strapping on his knee. He's not right. Why did he play? I just don't understand. Guys, the whole thing was just a mess. We've even had Nketiah score against us. He hasn't scored for Palace, and Nketiah has scored a tap-in. The Mateta goal to go 2-1 up. Ramsey absolutely bullied. Lose the ball. Nice flick from Eze. Mateta buried it. We didn't get anywhere near that. Nowhere near it. Scrambling around. The next one, Munoz, first attempt to cross it in, cleared out, half-hearted, haphazard. Oh, tell you what, do you want to just whip it in again? Go on, have another go. We whip it in, and then saw no one near him. And then what do you get from Villa? Oh, what are you doing there? And then the last one, I mean, come on. Just royally, absolutely battered all over. And fair play to Palace, because they were really good. They hurt us. We couldn't live with them. But this is the other big thing. If we've gone with 5 at the back to negate what Palace are doing, we've been battered 4-1. So I just don't get it. I just don't get it, guys. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're thinking, oh, we've done that to sort of stop them playing their way, well, that worked well. Guys, I'm really disappointed because this was a good opportunity for us today. It was a good opportunity. I was thinking about this game all day, and I did not see this result coming whatsoever. I did not see it coming because I thought we would start Rashford. I thought Asensio might play. I thought Marlon definitely would play. And I thought we would pose massive problems for them. I thought we would be tight within our shape. You know, we go back to the lineup we picked. I mean, the lineup that we picked was this exact lineup here. I've still got it. Look at it. It's so much better than what I'm not joking. Guys, it's so much better than what he picked. You know, it's don't just rise to Palace's level. Play your way, but still pose a massive threat at the same time. Like, what's the feeling in that dressing room now for Villa? They're going to be like flat as anything. Like, what's just happened there? I think, you know, I never really felt like top four were Champions League. You know, I've stuck with sixth all the way through. I've stuck with it all the way through. But that away form from Villa is absolutely appalling. Villa's away form. Let's have a look at Villa. Let's have a look at Villa away from home now. Where are we in the table? 15th. We are 15th. Lost, won, drew, lost. Just not good enough for where we're trying to be competing with. And, you know, I know we've got injuries. I know we've played a lot of games. I understand that. But you can't caveat this in a way where that's an excuse. Because if it is an excuse, right, and we're saying we've got injuries, why is Marlon not started? Why has Bogard not gone in at CDM? Bogard could have gone in CDM and took out McGinn. McGinn could have had a rest. You could have played Bogard. You could have gone with Garcia at right back, Disasi and Konsa, two in the middle. So we have got options. Like Asensio could have played 55. Then maybe bring Rodgers on for 30 minutes, 35. You know, if you're needing to manage minutes, well, manage them. Don't run someone into the ground. Don't run Rodgers into the ground. So I'm sorry, guys. Like, you know, I never really criticise Emery, but it feels like he's gone a bit mad today with that lineup. And now he's got us trying to play. You know, this. I've said this before, so it's not the first time that I've said this. But you can't control a game if at the first moment a team scores. Because for 2025, we were keeping it all right. We were knocking it round. Our goal wasn't a threat. But the minute it was, we just open up and fall apart. So structurally, if I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, we've brought in Disasi, we've brought in some new players. That defense is still shockingly bad. Goal difference, what are we on there? -5. That tells a massive story. And I'm not just saying it's all on Emery. Like some of the we didn't play that well today at all. Like, you know, we were quite loose at times, and just the quality wasn't there. We get into good positions, and the final pass weren't quite right. penalty from Ramsey, goes to strike it, kicks the back. Like, if it's anywhere on the other pitch, maybe it's a foul. But again, even if we got a pen, would it really have changed the game? Probably not. So it's just not good. We're now 10th in the league with 42 points, level on points with Fulham in 9th, point behind Bournemouth and Brighton. What was their score? What was the Brighton score? But they beat Bournemouth. Guys, sorry for being negative. Sorry for having a bit of a rant, but do I feel better? No. But yeah, I mean, look at this as well. I've just spotted this. Look at this shot map. Peppering, you got. Oh, look, I just keep thinking. We went there today to not get battered and to not have a resemblance of what happened last season. But the exact same thing has happened. Just not good. Not good at all. Let's have a look at some of the other stats. Ground duels, they won 55. We won 45. Oh my God, look at this one. Total tackles. Crystal Palace, 32 tackles they won. We won 8. Clearances, we had 13. They had 24. It's just frustrating. But that's how we've played. But yeah, so we got Cardiff in the FA Cup. Who's playing in that? Who's predicting that lineup? Yeah, I think it's one of them. It's a bad performance from Villa, from all round, really. But Emery's got to look at that and think, do you know what? I've had an absolute disaster. So it'll be interesting to hear what he's got to say. So, guys, cheers for watching. I'm sorry it's not the greatest, but it is what it is. Up the Villa.